Major support for Do the Math has been provided by Chevron, the Kern County Superintendent of Schools, Edison International, Valley Strong Credit Union, California Resources Corporation, Panama Buena Vista Union School District, Bakersfield City School District, and Kern High School District, with additional production assistance provided by these supporters of education in Kern County and throughout the state of California.
Hey, we're here at the Bakersfield Condors, and we're here to do the math!
Well, good afternoon and welcome to Do the Math. I'm Michael.
I'm Joaquin Castillo.
And in studio with us we have Samantha. Samantha, if somebody needed to contact us, what would they need to do?
For math homework help, call in Bakersfield 636-4357. Everywhere else, 1-866-636-6284. And the email, dothemath@kern.org. We're online at dothemathonline.net. And on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube.
All right, nicely done. So Samantha, where do you go to school and what grade are you in?
I go to Stockdale Elementary and I am in 5th grade.
All right. Are you visiting from France?
I wish.
Oh, okay. That'd be pretty sweet if you do a little world tour or something like that. Yeah. So I was just going to say, fashionable with the beret right there. Are you studying different languages?
Yes, right now in our GATE class we're doing Spanish.
Okay. And it's my understanding that you studied a different language last year.
Italian.
And do you see similarities between the Italian from last year and Spanish this year?
Yes.
Such as?
Like the numbers, they sound very similar.
Okay.
The words, they have very similarities too.
Okay. And then next year you will be studying?
French.
There you go. So let's try the numbers in French 1 through 10 quickly. Okay. All right? So first of all, I want you, because you are studying Spanish this year, so I'm sure you know the numbers 1 through 10. Mm-hmm. So I first want you to say the word in Spanish, the number, and then say it in French if you know what it is. If not, then I'll work with you and we'll get both languages together, all right? So 1.
Uno, un.
Very close, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Right? 2.
Dos, do.
3.
Tres, trois.
Trois. 4.
Cuatro, cat.
5.
Cinco, cinc.
Cinq. And this is like a little tiny thing, it's the way people pronunciate things and stuff like that. 6.
Seis, seis.
Sis. 7.
Siete, sip.
8.
Ocho, huit.
Huit. Right, that's kind of a tough one. And kind of like a wh at the beginning instead of just wh, huit. 9.
Nueve, neuf.
Neuf. Right? 10.
Diez.
Dix. There you go, all right? So you've got 3 languages right now. We didn't even get into the Italian.
Yes.
All right? So you're having fun doing all of that stuff?
Uh-huh.
All right, good. Have you done anything in math? What are you working on in math class right now in 5th grade?
Right now, we're doing a lot of adding and subtracting mixed number fractions.
And you doing pretty well with that?
Yeah.
All right, well, you know what? We'll take a look at that in a little bit. But first, this is a little reminder for everybody that this week and next week, so today is the 6th of December, so the 6th, the 7th, the 13th, and the 14th, those 4 days, if you phone in to do the math and we do one of your math problems, you will automatically receive a pass to Holiday Lights at COM. So this is a pretty big tradition that a lot of families do. You can see some of our footage right there of the complex out at COM. Have you ever done Holiday Lights at COM before?
Actually, yes, they're very fun.
Good. Did you do the drive-through one? Because that's pretty new.
Yeah.
I think last year may have been the first year that they did it. So that's the drive-through one. They have moved on from the walking tour, and that's a whole different show that they've got, Autumn Nights. But Holiday Lights is going on right now, and we did it, and it took somewhere close to maybe half an hour to drive through it all. Because it is, I mean, there are a lot of lights out there and a lot of different displays. So did you enjoy your drive-through?
Yeah, they really put some effort into it.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite a little show out there. So anyway, you phone in to do the math this week and next week, and you automatically get a pass for your entire family, whoever you can fit in the car, and go out and enjoy Holiday Lights. We do have phone tutors available until 5:30 most Tuesdays and Wednesdays throughout the regular school. Time now for today's Math in the News. All right, usually for Math in the News, I like to find things that happened today or earlier this week or maybe over the weekend, something that's pretty current. Today's Math in the News is very, very current. It happened just a few hours ago, as a matter of fact. So let's take a look at some footage. That's right, it was Condors Field Trip Day. So there are the Condors at the beginning of the game taking the ice. We had Scott out there visiting with a bunch of schools and giving out some different items from Do the Math right there. I believe that's Rocky the Raccoon from Valley Strong with his Condors jersey on. Scott up in the nosebleeds right there. You got to hit everybody while you're out there. The Condors had a very big crowd today, 7,500 students out there, which is one of the largest crowds that they've had out there. So a very good showing for the Condors and Field Trip Day, and thanks to the Condors for inviting Do the Math out there on Field Trip Day. Thank you to Scott for going out there, and we did have a couple of people that won some things, so let's take a look at what Scott did earlier today.
Anthony and Arturo are going to help me out here. They're from Cato Middle School. We have a math question for you here at the Condors game. Are you ready? You can phone a friend too if you want. You got some help down here. Take a look at the screen. We're going to see what this question is here. It says, which of the following is equivalent, right? That means equal. Equivalent to 4/5. You got a lot of help. You got a lot of help. Look around. Need a lifeline? Final answer? Final answer, B as in boy. What is that answer? 8/10. That's it. That's the one. Well done. And just for that, you know you have to go spread the word about Do the Math. All students can call the number at Do the Math, and they can ask their homework questions, and we can help them out with those questions. And if we use your question on the air, on our TV show, you get a prize. Thanks for your help tonight, guys.
All right, once again, a big thanks to the Condors for having Do the Math out there, and it was great to see that they had a wonderful turnout. Once again, over 7,500 students from all across Kern County got to enjoy the Bakersfield Condors today. And I know we were out there, and I know some students usually have to leave before the game is through. Do you know, John, did the Condors, they didn't win today. Well, that's the way it goes. Can't win all of them, right? But a good time had by all. All right, so in studio with us, we have Samantha, a 5th grade student from Stockdale Elementary, and you were looking at that as they were looking at it on the screen at the Condors going, I know what the answer is, right? Here's a little Post-it and a pencil, because I want to see if you can do the problem that I put up on the board right now, up on the monitor, quickly, because we have a problem of the day that was presented to everybody on our social media. And, well, that's not it right there, but we're going to take a look at the one that we had on social media. Are we able to do that? Do we have that one with the kind of an order of operations? There we go. So the math problem of the day. So, Samantha, you can write it down if you need to. We have 47 plus 30 in parentheses plus 29 times 3. There are a couple of different options down there. Obviously, only one of those is correct. And if you did not have an opportunity to look at our social media and see that problem of the day, you're able to go to our social media now, select your answer, submit your answer, and see if you actually do have this problem correct. For all of you that did do that earlier today, thank you for your submissions, and we'll have a problem of the day basically every Tuesday and Wednesday from now on, so you can look at the social media and working frantically over there. That's already going. You got to do that quick. Did you write it down?
Yes, I'm doing it.
All right, we'll give you 15 more seconds there, Hotshot, and see how you're doing on this. I think you're a little high on something there.
Yeah, I am.
As far as your score there. You want to take a look? I think it was
Oh, my memory. You're testing my memory too.
There we go. 47 plus 30. So you know that's 77.
77.
Plus 29 times 3. So let's leave it up there. What is the first thing you have to do?
Parentheses.
Okay, so that's easy. 47 plus 30 is 77. What is the next thing you have to do?
You have to multiply it by 3.
Multiply what by 3?
29.
And you were going 77 times 3. Ah, so now we see what happened there. So you've got 20. Okay, so you just work on it. Don't say the answer because we're going to have some people out there on social media trying to do it right now, and we don't want you to say the answer right now. But you can write it down, and we'll check you later on and see how you're doing. Feeling pretty good?
Better now.
Okay, good. Head on over to the board, young lady. We'll take a look at one of your homework problems. And you said you're pretty comfortable doing these problems with mixed numbers. So we have 5 and 5/6. So one of you guys can go ahead and write it up on the board. 5 and 5/6 minus 2 and 3/4. Now, before you get started, Samantha, why are you writing that vertically instead of horizontally the way it is on the paper?
Because it's easier to see it so that you can just go down in rows.
Whatever makes life easier for you, there are some different answers for that, and every kid has an easier way to do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just wanted to know why you rewrote it vertically instead of horizontally. Take it away.
So you have to multiply this by 3 over 3 so that you can make it the denominator 12. And you can multiply this one by 2 over 2 so that you can make that denominator 12 also, so that they have like denominators. So 3 times 3 is 9, 5 times 2 is 10, and 10 minus 9 is 1, 12, and 5 minus 2 is 3. So the answer is 3 and 1 12.
You're positive.
I think. Yes.
Is there any way to check those?
A calculator?
Well, you're going to put 3 and 1/12 into a calculator?
No.
So how would you possibly check that problem to see if it's correct?
Oh, add 2 and 3/4 to 3 and 1 12.
Try it. I mean, you did pretty well with it. I just want to make sure that you are correct and see if there is a way to possibly check that.
What? That's not a...
There it goes. Come out to 5 and 5/6. All right. So go ahead and clear the board. I see that you're pretty comfortable with those. That's what your homework is, and you feel pretty good about that. So now we're going to get you into something a little different. So what do you know now about order of operations?
Well, it's parentheses, exponent, multiplication, division, addition, and then subtraction.
All right. And has anybody taught you kind of how to remember that? Is there a...
PEMDAS. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally.
That's what I was looking for right there, all right? So Joaquin, if you would do me a favor, and on the left side of the board, maybe just write down what Samantha said with the PEM, the PEMDAS.
You tell me how you want me to write it. You want me to write it just like this?
Yeah, probably.
And then Joaquin, work with Samantha a little bit about how that has morphed into something a little different.
It has. It has morphed into something a little different. So you know the P stands for?
Parentheses.
And the E stands for?
Exponent. Multiplication, division, addition, subtraction.
So let me ask you a question. Do we always do it in this exact order?
Well, to follow the order of operations, you'd have to.
You would, but there's a little bit of a hiccup in multiplying and dividing and in adding and subtracting.
Yeah, they're equal.
Because you should really do whichever shows up first, right? As we read from left to right. But when we see them in this top-down format, that makes it kind of hard to see, doesn't it? Also, think about P. P stands for parentheses. But are there other things that we use besides parentheses?
Brackets.
Brackets.
I can't think of any else.
Yeah, braces. Have you heard that one
Oh,
before?
braces, yes.
Braces. So the P doesn't quite cover all of them. So there's another way we can look at this. We can look at it instead of a P, a G. And what do you think the G stands for?
Group of things?
grouping symbols. Super close. Yeah, grouping symbols. Also, there's not just exponents. I don't know if you've been introduced to them yet, but have you seen radicals?
Well, I've heard of them.
You've heard of them.
I've not seen them.
So radicals and exponents tend to go hand in hand, the same way as multiplying and dividing. We do whichever shows up first from left to right. So what we do instead is we have G for grouping, E for exponents, and R for radicals. And putting them side by side kind of lets us know that we need to look at both at the same time, whichever one shows up first. Does that make sense? For that multiplication and division, instead of having them top down, we also put them side by side. That way we know we do whichever shows up first from left to right, and the same for adding and subtracting. Does that make sense? So this is kind of germ DOS, not German, germ DOS. Grouping symbols, exponents and radicals, multiply or divide, add or subtract. Does that make sense?
All right, so I've got a problem for you guys to work on right
Yes.
now. Okay. So
Are you okay if I erase this? Okay.
here we go. Let's open up parentheses. So start way over on the
Okay.
left. 2 plus 76 divided by 1 plus 9, close parentheses, plus 4 minus 3 to the second power times the square root of 9.
This is a lot.
This will be an excellent introduction for you.
Okay. So,
You want to try it first?
oh yeah.
Go ahead.
So you have to do parentheses first. And so you'd have to do 76 divided by 1 because it's division.
Right.
And that is 76. And then 2 plus 76 is 78.
Right.
And then plus 9 is 87. And then,
Okay.
so you're done with the parentheses.
Okay.
So now you have to do times the square root of 9. And the square root of 9 is 3. So times 3 equals 261.
I'd like to pause you for a second if I can, only because I have a question. This was 87, right? We agree?
Yes.
Okay. And then what do we have next?
You have to
Then we had plus 4.
exponent.
Right. But you did the square root of 9.
Oh.
Here we have 87. Here we have square root 9. But there's all these things in the middle we kind of forgot about.
yeah.
Do you see why I kind of paused you for a second?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
But that is 9. So, but 4 minus, so it's 9 times 3.
Okay.
So 3 to the second power is 9. So 9 times 3 is 20. Well, I don't even need to write that. That's 27.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
and
Perfect.
then that 27 plus 87. That's 114. So plus 100. It's 118.
It's 118. Okay. I'm going to point something out here. I love the way you're working, and I love the way you're thinking. Can I tell you that?
Yes.
I love that you took on that square root of 9, and you said you've only been introduced to it. You haven't even really worked with it yet, right? That's awesome. To know that that's 3, way to go. And then 3 squared times 3, you went 27. Love it. I'm going to point some things out, though. It looks like we got a little mixed up. Would you kind of agree as you were doing this, you were thinking, wait, where am I at and what am I doing? You did a couple times, right? Okay, so this is where sometimes I recommend we kind of take it one step at a time, but rewrite. Are you okay if I help you out a little bit with organizing this stuff? Okay, fantastic job. Fantastic job. I'm gonna help us organize a little bit though. So all of this right here, this 2 plus 76 divided by 1 plus 9, a lot, you turn that into what again?
It was 87.
87. So I'm going to have 87 plus 4 minus 3 squared times the square root of 9. Do you see how I rewrote it?
Yes.
Why do you think I rewrote it?
So that you could see it better.
You can kind of keep track of what we're doing, right? You want to try taking it from there?
Okay.
Okay.
So exponent comes, I think, before square.
Whichever one shows up first. So
Okay, so
exponents or
yes.
radicals. Okay.
So that's 9 times, it's 3. So that's 27.
Yeah, you can do that. Sure.
27. And then 87 plus 4?
Yeah, so I'd write down 87 plus 4, and then your minus 27.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Because, yeah, okay. Oh,
Okay.
you're becoming a pro.
I like this thing.
Yeah.
So 87 plus 4 is 91.
Okay.
Minus 27. So the answer is 64.
I agree. Do you agree?
64 is correct, so nicely done. So I'm glad that Joaquin walked you through that, because a lot of times you can do stuff in your head, but you might miss a step. And if you write it one step at a time, and what I have students do sometimes is underline what they're doing, and then just do that and rewrite it again, because you almost wrote 3 squared again. Almost down at the bottom, right? So that's kind of why it's important to underline things and maybe do it one step at a time. But when you get real good at it, you can do it in your head like you have been doing, and I wholeheartedly agree with doing it that way also, as long as you have enough practice doing it like that. 636-4357 is the phone number. We do have phone tutors available until 5:30. We have somebody ready to go online, but we'll do that in a little bit right after this.
Those striving to develop their products and conduct research beyond Earth's atmosphere are seeing their visions come to life through the International Space Station National Lab and partnerships with NASA. NASA, in turn, is gaining new resources to aid in its mission of exploration and discovery. Thanks to these partnerships, the world is benefiting from the ingenuity of those who are taking their ideas to gravity's edge. From transportation to satellite deployment to in-space research, a vibrant commercial space economy has been developing, and its value now exceeds $345 billion. Mike Reed is the manager of the ISS Business and Economic Development Office at Johnson Space Center. He explains some of the benefits of NASA investing in the commercial economy in space. Commercialization of low Earth orbit frees up resources NASA needs to continue its exploration of space. Even as NASA prepares to return to the Moon, go to Mars, and continues engaging with other space missions, we'll always need a platform in low Earth orbit. That platform enables crew training, advanced systems development, and fundamental and applied research. But expanding use of the space station to commercial companies enables a new market. By having the commercial sector join us, we can continue our space exploration while providing access to a platform that helps create jobs, build revenues, and ultimately create many new products that are beneficial to people on Earth. In terms of research, many companies are making use of the ISS US National Laboratory to run their research and technology development investigations in microgravity. They include well-known corporations like Procter & Gamble, who have used the station to study colloids with a goal of improving the quality and lifespan of their products, such as shampoo and laundry fabric softener. Merck, the multinational pharmaceutical company, uses the National Lab to study the growth properties of three-dimensional protein crystals. Their work could lead to more effective delivery systems for cancer treatments. Even companies not as well known right now are seeing big dividends coming from their research. Lam Division, for example, is using the microgravity conditions on the station to advance the development for treating the effects of retinal degeneration, with the goal of restoring the vision of those people affected by it. In addition to research opportunities, the space station contributes to expanding the space economy in other ways. Reed explains, the capabilities of launch providers such as SpaceX and Northrop Grumman have grown dramatically over the last decade. The cost of placing cargo into orbit has dropped dramatically, which opens up the space marketplace to many more non-governmental entities who simply could not afford the costs of reaching space before. Now, SpaceX has brought astronauts to the station from American soil for the first time since 2011, and the first time ever on a privately owned launch system. The Commercial Crew Program provides a huge long-term benefit for both private companies and NASA. Today, thanks in part to the space station, commercial and other non-governmental entities are entering the space economy in significant numbers. What these new partnerships can accomplish together will drive the in-space marketplace and NASA's grandest missions to new heights, as well as improving quality of life for people on Earth. For more science and research from the International Space Station, go to www.nasa.gov/ISS-science. To discover more about the space on, around, and beyond our planet, visit science.nasa.gov.
And just a reminder, we do have phone tutors available until 5:30 this evening. Joaquin's in studio with us, and Samantha's going to get busy with our friends from Science for Kern. All right, and do the math. We always love it when we have Science for Kern in studio. Today we have Michelle with us. How are you today, Michelle?
I am great, Mike. It's good to be here today.
Excellent to have you also. You guys always do some great things when you're down here. Before I let you get going, how often are you guys out at schools? Every single day throughout Kern County?
Yes, pretty much. Science for Kern is out and about quite regularly. In fact, Science for Kern today is out at Calm operating a STEM camp
cool.
for some 3rd through 5th graders from Bakersfield. So we've branched out a bit.
Good. Well, you've got a 5th grade student, Samantha. She's quite fluent in French and Italian and Spanish. So if you guys want to converse in different languages, go ahead. But Michelle, what will you be doing with Samantha today?
Today we're going to be investigating chemical energy and chemical reactions. So you ready to get started, Samantha?
Yes.
All right, great. So in keeping with the holiday theme and Christmas lights and all things that glow, we're going to start out today investigating a little bit with glow sticks. Do you know anything about glow sticks?
Well, they glow.
Good answer. Do you have any ideas about what makes a glow stick glow or how they work?
Like, you convert kinetic energy into the glow stick when you snap it so that it will glow.
Okay, yeah. Before we went on camera, I activated this glow stick by breaking it, and so you can see there that it's glowing a little bit compared to the unactivated glow stick. So let's see if we can't, before we do that though, hold that, grab that for me, Samantha. Do you see inside the glow stick the glass container in there? Yeah, you can move yours around too. Do you see that in there?
Yeah.
All right. So inside there is a little glass container that's filled with a chemical. So what we need to do is activate our glow stick, kind of like Wonder Twin powers activate. Who says that? You know?
No, I was gonna say Power Rangers.
Oh, maybe that's who it is. Maybe I'm showing my age here. But yeah, let's see if we can activate him with a good break. Oh, we did it. Check it out. And so now you take yours, I'm gonna take mine. And right now, let's compare. They look to be glowing. Same, different, or what do you think?
They're pretty much the same. I'd say this one might be a little bit brighter.
Okay.
But that might be my perspective.
Yeah,
over yours.
maybe the light's shining a little differently there. All right, so I have cold water and I have warm water. So you ready? Let's put our glow sticks into each of the waters at the same time. Ready, set, go. All right, so we have warm water and cold water, and then our no water glow stick there off to the side. What are you noticing about what's going on in the containers?
That one is glowing much more than the other ones.
Yeah, check that out. So do you have any thoughts on what might be going on, why that might be happening?
The warm water is activating like the energy more, or like it's heating it up so it can work better.
Okay, so what do you think then? You are really on the right track there, Samantha. What do you think's going on in the cold then?
It's decreasing the energy amount in it so that it works slower.
Okay, so yeah, you just about got it. So you're exactly right. We have our warm water container, which does seem to be glowing quite a bit more than our cold water glow stick. So just consider this too before I do a little scientific explanation here. If we were to step away and just let our two glow sticks sit in each of the different temperatures of water, which one do you predict would glow longer? The warm water glow stick or the cold water glow stick?
I would probably say the warm water because of its effects right now. But I'm not sure because maybe it would burn out quicker.
Why do you think it would burn out quicker?
Because of it's using all of its energy right now so that it won't have any for later.
You are a terrific thinker. So, remember we talked about that little glass container inside, which is filled with hydrogen peroxide. Hydrogen peroxide is the stuff that we might put on an owie, like a cut, and it kind of bubbles. Have you ever had an owie and your mom pours some hydrogen peroxide on there and it bubbles up on your wound?
I'm sure she has before.
But it's really good for that. And then we also have in here something called ester, and then we also have fluorescent dye in here. So when we broke it, when we did that snap, our Wonder Twin Powers activate move, we had a chemical reaction inside our glow stick. And so, that glowing, the chemical energy that was inside here was converted to radiant energy, light energy, right? That we're able to see actually glowing. Now, you were totally on the right track about our warm water. Our warm water is actually speeding up the reaction in the container here. So we're getting that really great glow. Whereas here in the cold water, which actually did have some ice in it before we went on air, and so it's slowing the reaction down. So you were totally on the right track. And if we were to come back, say in 30 minutes or so, because the reaction is happening so much faster in our warm container, it's going to go out faster. Whereas in the reading that I was doing about these glow sticks in cold water, that this glow stick in the cold water, because we're slowing that reaction down, could actually glow for up to 6 hours. And the warm water container, it's probably going to stop glowing in about 30 minutes. And our average amount of glowing, according to the package that I was checking out just a minute ago, we'll get about 2 hours of glow on this, which is plenty of time for when you're out trick-or-treating, right?
Why does it say glows up to 10 plus hours?
That's called fictitious advertising, huh? Maybe they're thinking about maybe you're putting your glow stick in some cold water. You're gonna put it in like your water bottle while you're trick-or-treating out in your neighborhood.
I think they're a very hopeful lot.
Me too. All right, so let's think about our chemical energy investigation here and the reaction that we had going on here. And let's do a little bit with our Apple battery. Have you ever played around with an apple battery or a lemon battery? Sometimes students who do science fair will make a lemon battery or an apple battery, some sort of fruit battery.
Actually, last year I did teeth, so no.
Okay, great. So you're going to be learning, but a lot of the content, the science that we were thinking about over there in those containers is also, we can use it a little here to do some thinking. So let's see how far we can get with this. I want you to take my large, we're going to call this the large copper wire, and notice that we've marked it off with centimeters. These are centimeter markers. We've got a 1 centimeter mark, 2 centimeter, 3 centimeter, and a 4 centimeter mark. And same thing here for my large nail. I've got the same increments of marking on my nail, 1, 2, 3, and 4 centimeters. Then we have a data table here where we are going to collect a little bit of data, and we'll see how far we get. We need an apple for our experiment, and our alligator clippers, and our micrometer. Can you say that with me?
Micrometer.
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 There you go. And are you surprised to find out that there's actually acid inside an apple?
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, pretty cool too about that, right? There is actually some acid. There's acid inside an apple. So let's take the red, and can you squeeze my alligator clip there and put it on the red port. And I'm gonna put my yellow one on black. And so what we're each gonna do, let's start with let's move this a little closer to you so we can be sure and get that on camera. Let's put our metal piece into our apple to 1 centimeter, okay? 1 centimeter each, right there. There you go. Is that one? There you go. Awesome. That's why we marked them. That's all right. It's bubbling out of there a little bit, right?
That's probably the acid.
Yeah, maybe. Now, check out where our reading is right now. Where is it?
It's at 0 right now.
All right. So if we each attach our alligator clip to our metal piece, go ahead and stick that on there. Now, what do you notice?
It moved up.
It did. Can you count for me?
It's about at 32.
About 32. So if we've got halfway, 10, 20, 30, yeah, I think that's probably a good estimate there. All right, so can we go deeper? Let's take them off. Oh, before we do that, let's do this. All right, take them, unhook. And so what happened?
So it went down.
Oh, right, we're back at 0, right? So what do you predict would happen if we reverse? What if I put my alligator clip on the copper and you put your alligator clip on the zinc nail?
I don't know what would happen.
Any thoughts?
Like, maybe they transmit different energies so that it would have different things.
Okay, a different reading?
A different reading, yes.
Okay, well, let's try it. Let's do a little hookup here and let's switch and I'll hook and you hook. Up! What happened there?
It went down.
Yeah, so what we say there is that the electrons reversed direction there. So when we had our alligator clips the other way, the electrons were flowing one direction, so we had a positive reading on our micrometer. Now with our alligator clips being reversed, our electrons are flowing the other way, and that's why we have, do you know what it's called when something is less than 0?
Negative.
Very good. Make your math teacher proud. All right, so you take your alligator clip back, and let's go deeper into our apple. Let's try 2 centimeters this time. Are you ready? Let's go down to 2. And so as we move our metal piece down to 2, what do you think is going to happen this time?
It would probably go higher because it's deeper in and it has more energy to absorb.
Okay, so you think our number's going to go up this time? Ready?
Well, the way you said that, I'm not sure.
I'm not trying to trick you. Are you ready? Okay, let's hook up. And let's see.
Oh, it did go up.
Yeah, great prediction there. So where are we now?
45.
All right. Now, shall we go deeper?
Sure.
What happens if we go to 3? So you want to predict a number this time?
I'm gonna say,
What do you think?
well, serious calculating.
Yes.
I'm gonna say 68.
You think 68? All right, let's try it. You ready? All right, where are we?
Oh, we're not at 68. We're at 70.
70. All right. You were close.
I was close.
You were so close. Way to go. All right, let's unhook. And let's go to 4 centimeters. All right. Had to push there. Ready? 1. Okay.
Wow.
Where are we there?
We are at 100. Oh, it's going down.
Where are we
We're at 115.
115? Okay, let's do one more before we wrap this up. All right, so can we pull out and pull our metal pieces out? And can we, let me see if I can get it to happen real quick. Okay, they're touching inside there.
Ooh.
Boom. Ah, they're touching. Ready? Hook up. What do you think is gonna happen?
I'm gonna say it's gonna go way high. Wait.
Okay, let's do it. Ready? Hook up.
Well, it didn't go that high. And it's going down again.
Yeah.
It's probably about 90.
Yeah, and you know what? If we let this just continue to go, it's going to zero out, because now we call that a short circuit, because they're touching each other. It's kind of like when the electricity that goes poof in your house stops working. So we had all sorts of, the electrons were flowing through our cables. We call that a
Cycle?
Circuit, almost. We had an electrical circuit going there. All kinds of science going on here with our Apple battery. And this is really comparable to how that battery in your house works too. That you've got some sort of chemical in there, two different kinds of metal, and the energy is flowing in a circuit. Well done, Samantha.
Yeah, nice activity you got today, Michelle. That was great, especially with the glow sticks and Samantha bringing up, well, I was supposed to say 10 hours on the package. So, but anyway, Michelle, if somebody wanted to find out more about Science for Kern, where would they need to go?
They go to our website, scienceforkern.org, and we're still delivering our 10. Teachers have 10 different science units to choose from. We still deliver and pick up, and as I mentioned before, we've branched out into STEM Camp at home, so check us out.
All right, so you've got the website right there. We'll be back with more right after this.
I would like to teach my students so many things, but I think the most important thing to me would be patient care. A lot of people don't realize that pharmacy technicians are a part of the healthcare industry. We're not just sitting there, robots pushing on a keyboard. Like, we do a lot to take care of our patients and their needs and the diseases that they're suffering from. If you go to a doctor, if you go to the hospital, you don't feel good. You get a prescription to make you feel better. That's the medicine. And so pharmacy technicians are a big part of that world, and I want my students to know that they are making massive differences in not only patients, but their overall health. And it's important to me to send healthcare workers out into the field that are passionate not only about the subject, but most importantly, passionate about the people.
To the dental program. She's from Walmart.
I'm a former student and I am currently hired at Walmart Pharmacy on Panama. It took me a little while to get hired on, simply because, I was doing my internship, I was going to be hired on there, but I'm not sure exactly what happened. I did kind of get discouraged because it was kind of hard to look for a job during the pandemic, but I kept trying and I kept just getting in contact with Miss P, and she was helping me. She would just let me know where they were hiring and just giving me some tips here and there. And I just ended up, going to the pharmacy at Walmart, taking my resume, and from there on out, I just got hired on.
I've always known that I wanted to be in the medical field ever since I was young. My aunt is a physician's assistant, so she helps in surgeries. So I've been exposed to the medical field for a very long time in my life. However, when I saw that they had this program, I didn't know what a pharmacy tech was. I didn't even know that pharmacy tech, like the position existed. However, I just knew I wanted to be in the medical field. So I thought that it would be a great entrance for me into the career field, and that's why I chose this program.
Once again, a big thanks to all of the staff and students at ROC and CTech, because those students over there 100% self-produce all of those videos and send them to us here at Do the Math. So thank you once again to ROC and CTech staff and students. We do have phone tutors available until 5:30. Do remember, if you phone in to Do the Math today, tomorrow the 7th, and next week the 13th and 14th, if we do one of your math problems on TV, you'll be winning yourself a free pass to Holiday Lights at Com. Right now we'll go to the phones. Bennett, how are you today? Hello, Bennett. Are you there, Bennett?
Yeah, I'm there.
Oh, good. And you're a 4th grade student, correct? It might be a little bit of a delay. Bennett, as soon as you're ready, let's hear the math problem that you're working on. Are you still there, Bennett?
I'm there.
Okay, so read the math problem you would like us to help you with.
Okay, 8/10 minus 2/10.
All right, so Joaquin, 8/10 minus 2/10. Okay. So Joaquin is going to work with you, and you guys take it away.
Okay, Bennett, so 8/10 minus 2/10, right? Bennett, can you hear me?
Yeah, it might just be too much of a delay. So Joaquin, what I think you might want to do is just kind of go through it. Bennett, if you're able to respond, just go ahead and do so. When you do hear and the delay maybe gets itself figured out a little bit.
No problem. So if we're taking 8/10 minus 2/10, we want to ask ourselves, there's two ways to think about it: takeaway and difference. I'll go ahead and do the takeaway. So if I have 8/10 and I'm taking away 2/10, the first thing I want to make sure of is that I have the same denominator. I do have the same denominator. So now that I have the same denominator, I'm going to work through and think, okay, well, if I have 8/10 and take away 2/10, I'm going to be left with 6/10. One way to think about it. We can just take our numerators and subtract there. Another way to think about it, if that doesn't quite make so much sense to us, is to think of a model for fractions. And so I like to use rectangles. That's my favorite. So I'll draw a rectangle. And I'm going to take my rectangle and split it up into tenths as best as I can. That might be a little tough, but I'll do my best.
Well, that's a good start. Always start by halving it, and then you can do that. So,
does that look pretty good? I think it looks pretty good. Okay. 7, 8, 9, and now I have 10/10. So I'm going to start with 8/10, and I'll just shade those in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And now I'm taking away 2/10. So I'm going to take away two of those tenths and just remove them. What am I left with? Well, I'll count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and my unit is tenths, so that would be 6/10. Just what I had earlier.
and as a 4th grade student, I'm sure that's as far as Bennett needs to go with that. But Joaquin, for students that are in 5th grade like Samantha, what is the next step if we have 6/10 as an answer? What else can we do with that?
Well, can I ask Samantha? Is that okay?
Go ahead. You're back to work. Get over there.
Yeah, let's put you to work.
You can simplify it.
How so? Go ahead.
So you can divide it by, well, you can't do it by 6. So you'd have to do it by 2 over 2, and that would equal 3/5.
And what did you make there? What do we call that?
Oh,
Pop quiz with vocabulary, huh?
yeah.
So 6/10 and 3/5 are what kind of fractions? Do you remember the word?
Equivalent fractions.
Great job. Equivalent fractions. So you made an equivalent fraction.
Good. That's what I wanted you to do because sometime in the future, Ben, it's going to have to simplify fractions at some point. So, Ben,
Absolutely.
thank you for calling in today. A 4th grade student, you got yourself a pass to Holiday Lights at Com simply by calling in, and it was that simple. Hopefully, next time if you do phone in, we don't have that kind of a delay or a problem with the phones. But anyway, we do have phone tutors available until 5:30. Samantha is a 5th grade student from Stockdale. And Joaquin, you're actually an employee of the County Superintendent of Schools office. What is your role again? Because there's a lot of you people that do the same kind of thing. So kind of
Yes.
briefly explain what you do with the county office.
So I'm a program specialist in mathematics, and in my work, I support teachers across Kern County in teaching mathematics.
All right, good. And where are you currently working, or what schools?
Oh, so I work at McFarland Unified School District. We support Wasco Elementary. I'm supporting Pond Elementary, Maple Elementary, Edison Elementary, Standard Middle School, Taft Union City, and also helping out with Eltone.
All right, so
I hope
they
I
give
didn't
you
forget
gas money
anybody.
for this also? Because you put a lot of miles on the car.
We do, we
All
do.
these outer areas of Kern County, because I know when we go filming for Do the Math, we like to hit a lot of areas of Kern County, and Kern County is the size of a lot of states back east.
Yeah.
So you can do a lot of traveling.
Oh, I remembered one, Delano High School.
Don't forget them.
I
They'd be like
cannot
calling you, hey
forget Delano.
Joaquin, nice mention of the Delano out
Delano's
there.
gonna
while
get
you're
mad at
talking
you now.
about
We're at Delano
everybody.
too.
They gave you a little gong or something. I guess, in effect right there. All right, so Samantha is comfortable with fractions. Okay, so let's put a fraction up on the board. Let's go 8 out of 24.
Well, that's 1/3.
Whoa, easy, sister. I didn't ask you what to do with it yet. Let's put 8 over 24 up on the board. Now, what I would like you to do is I would like you to take the fraction, turn it into a decimal, and turn it into a percent. Now, this one is going to be difficult, okay? And I'm going to give you 5 minutes to turn that into a decimal and then turn it into a percent. Go.
So,
You've got Joaquin to help you out in case you're stuck.
okay.
That's right.
So 8/24 equals 1/3.
And that would be what kind of fraction again?
That would be an equivalent fraction.
Great job.
So that would go to 0.3, like
Point
that.
3 repeating. Sure.
And then that would go to, so if it's the decimal points before it, so that would be, wait, yeah.
I'll give you a second.
So 1% is
You want some help?
Is 1%? Is 100% in?
1.01 would be 100%.
Oh,
yes.
okay, so that makes more sense. So that would
Okay.
be, well, it would be 3 like that percent.
Interesting. What does that 3 with a line on top mean?
It means that the 3's keep on going.
So, correct me if I'm wrong. Let me see. Would this then become
Yeah. You're not wrong.
Does that seem right to you?
No. So
Interesting.
maybe.
You want me to erase that what I put right
Oh,
there? Give
sure.
you some room. Okay.
So maybe it would be. So that's that. 33%? 33 point. No, but that goes back to the same thing.
Interesting. Is that the same thing though? Put a percent sign on that. Is that the same as 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, boom, boom, boom? I can't write all the 3s since it goes on forever. Percent.
No.
No, I agree. They're not the same. That would be 33.3 repeating percent, right? And this would be, well, I don't even know what place value, but infinite 3%, which just seems strange. So what you have for your 33.3% is correct.
Oh, okay.
Can I help you see why kind of why that's correct?
I was going to say, she kind of stumbled on it maybe. Let's make sure she understands why it is, though.
A little bit. So I'm going to do kind of something we did earlier too, where we took it one step at a time. This 0.333, are you okay if I write that as 0.3333 ... like that?
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah? You could also put the 3 on the last one if you wanted to, right? So when you go to a percent, I always like to ask this question. What does percent mean?
A value of something?
Oh, the word. What does percent, the word, mean?
An amount?
What does cent mean? What if I said like century? How many years is that?
That's 100.
How many
So it's from 100.
Per 100.
Yeah.
Per 100. So when we go percent, we think about our hundredths place. Where's our hundredths place at in this one? Tenths?
Well, that one, hundredths.
So this tells us what our percent would be.
Yes.
33, we can add our decimal. 33.3, repeating percent. Still a little strange, but correct.
Okay.
Does that help?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, you want one more?
Yeah.
All right. Let's do an easier one now that I've given you the difficult one to start with. So this one will make sure that you can explain on your own, and when you eventually get it, you're going to have 90 seconds to do it. So I'm going to give you the decimal first. 0.07. So turn that into a fraction and a percent.
And
You're confident in that? Because once you write it down and you say, I'm good, there's no going back.
so it's 100. I'm confident in it.
Let's try this one. Do this underneath.
Okay.
Here, I'll help you out.
0.7. What do you think, Joaquin?
I think I'm out of a job.
Well, she has to get a little older first, and
Yeah,
then
that's
we'll go ahead and hire her and do the math. So, Samantha, great work right there. So, by doing decimals, fractions, and percents, you're going to be doing a lot of that during the rest of 5th grade this year. And guess when you're going to do it again?
6th grade.
In
date.
6th grade. And then guess when you're going to do it again?
Junior high.
That's right. You're going to do it both in 7th and 8th grade. And guess when you're going to do it again?
High school.
You are correct. And guess when you're going to do it again?
College.
If you so happen to go, you will. And guess when you're going to do it again?
Graduate school.
Indeed, indeed. Like to hear that.
Yeah.
And guess when then?
Life.
There you go. That's what I want you to get to. You're going to be using those all throughout life. For some
Samantha.
great work today, you've got yourself a meal courtesy of our friends at the Broken Yale Cafe. So congratulations on that. There you go. Come on over here, Frenchie. You know that you are now an ambassador for Do the Math.
I am.
You are. So come over here. We're going to go ahead and we're going to look over at camera 3 right over here. As an ambassador for Do the Math, do you know what that entails, what that means?
I have power.
You do have power, because what you're going to do is you're going to let other students know about the Do the Math program. Is that easy enough to do?
Yes.
Because when you wear this shirt, and you don't have to wear it every day, but 5 or 6 days out of the week would be fine, people are going to go, what's up with that shirt? You wear it an awful lot. And then you can tell them about the math program. Sound good? There you go. So being an ambassador is not that difficult, is it? All right. So, and you can explain it to them in Italian, Spanish, French, and English. Learn a little sign language too while you're at it. You can do it all sorts of different ways. Sound
I'll
good?
have to use Google Translate.
Let's do whatever you need to. Hey, did you have fun?
Yes.
Excellent. Hey, until we meet again, continue to do the math.
Major support for Do the Math has been provided by Chevron, the Kern County Superintendent of Schools, Edison International, Valley Strong Credit Union, California Resources Corporation, Panama Buena Vista Union School District, Bakersfield City School District, and Kern High School District, with additional production assistance provided by these supporters of education in Kern County and throughout the state of California.